Okay, so Claudine Koh. Yesterday I made an entire video about who she is and her family and the controversy surrounding the Koh family. But today we will be reacting to Chris Tan's video about Claudine Koh. He named his video Claudine Koh Exposed. Bakit ang yaman ng pamilya ko? Which means, why is the Koh family rich? Disclaimer, I am good friends with Chris Tan and I actually told him that I will be reacting to his video, and it is actually possible for me to do so because now YouTube offers the option to translate Tagalog/Filipino to English, okay? So I will be having English subtitles just for when he speaks in Tagalog, you know? I am very interested to know his take, his opinion on this matter, and obviously you will have my opinion on it as well. So a foreigner's take, if you will, on this whole thing. Before we start, maligayang pagbabalik sa akin channel. Ako po si Ovela. I'm a sound engineer, beatmaker, and content creator on YouTube based here in Manila, Philippines. And with all that being said, let's jump right into it.
Claudine Koh, kadiri talaga tong pamilya niya. At dito sa video na to, pag-uusapan natin sino ba to si Claudine Koh, bakit siya pinag-uusapan ngayon at yung mga tulad niya, at ano ba yung...
It's interesting how YouTube translates her, you know, for him. And it's something that I've noticed with Filipinos. They have difficulty saying, for instance, okay, if they are talking about a girl, they will not say her, they will say him. Instead of saying she, they will say he. And the opposite is true as well. When they're talking about a guy, sometimes instead of saying he or him, they will say her or she, you know? So it's interesting that even Google or YouTube, they can't make the difference.
Yung family tree at connection niya sa problema ng ating DPWH at yung korupsyon na nangyayari sa loob ng ahensyang yon. Hindi lang yon, sa end ng video na to may special treat ako para sa inyo na meron ako mga special mention ng mga iba't iba pang mga nepo babies na tulad ni Claudine Koh. Umpisa na natin to. Okay, si Claudine Koh ay isang lifestyle influencer with...
It's actually interesting for me to react to a Chris Tan video because he mostly speaks in Tagalog, right, in his videos. But when I hang out with him, you know, we speak in English, so it's different.
Over 345,000 fans or subscribers.
I wonder if her channel is still up on YouTube because this is on YouTube, right? Because from the article that we read yesterday, apparently she deactivated her accounts, right? Her social media accounts. Yeah, her social media accounts have been closed. I cannot find this channel right now on YouTube.
On her YouTube channel. Hindi lang yun. Yung kanyang IG has over 117,000 subscribers. Both of her social media, and I'm sure all her social media right now, ay deactivated na o naka-private na. At ito ay dahil sa kontrobersya na hinaharap niya at ng kanyang pamilya. At bakit controversial ba itong si Claudine Koh? Alam po nyo kasi itong si Claudine Koh ay isang nepo baby. Alam ba nyo kung anong nepo baby?
Nepo baby. Is nepo for nepotism? Is that it? Wow, they even have a term for it, nepo baby.
Kung di nyo alam, ang nepo baby ay nepotism baby.
There you go, I was right.
Bata o isang parte ng pamilya.
And just so you know, him and I never really talked about this Claudine Koh subject, okay? Because I told him I was gonna react to his video.
Na nakikinabang siya sa yaman nung kanyang mga magulang o mga kamag-anak. Yan. Kaya that's why they call them a nepo baby. At in this case, this is the perfect example of a nepo baby. Dahil alam mo to si Claudine Koh, madalas to nagta-travel in private jets. Going to
We read that yesterday as well and I could not believe it.
different islands. And apparently, if I'm not mistaken, yung family owns some islands all over the Philippines.
Wow.
Tapos nakapunta na siya to over 37 countries all over the world. At yung mga damit niya sobrang mamahalin. And she will post
Expensive, mahal. Yes.
about this on her social media.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. On her IG na na-delete na ngayon, may pinost siya dito yung parang fit check niya. Okay? Dito sa fit
Yes, I found a bunch of these pictures yesterday as well on the internet, and I did feature them in my video as well. I mean, look at those prices. Insanely high.
check niya, makikita mo, yung kanyang jacket is worth 54,000 pesos. Yung boots niya by Chanel is 158,000
Oh my
pesos. Tapos yung
God.
bag niya na Chanel din is
Seriously, 158,000 pesos. This is an amount that a average, Filipino can only dream of. Seriously, I can an average Filipino actually make 158,000 pesos in a year? I didn't say month, a year? I don't think so. So it's insane for her to be, displaying all of this in public.
worth over 400,000 pesos.
Seriously?
Etong outfit pa lang niya na to is over 700,000 pesos, not counting I'm sure the jewelry na suot pa niya.
So if you add up everything, 700,000 pesos, we're getting close to 1 million.
Niya na hindi na niya napakita dito sa kanyang fit check post niya sa IG niya. At dahil po dito, nagkakaroon na ng backlash sa ating mga netizens. Kasi inis naman talaga siguro na meron kang mga ganitong anak ng mga kurakot na politician.
You know what, guys? Reacting to Pinoy videos like this one, where people are actually speaking in Tagalog and having English subtitles, I feel like it's helping me with my Tagalog, because I see here children and I hear him say anak, and I know that anak means children.
Natin o mga anak ng mga kontraktor na nakikinabang sa pagnanakaw sa kaban ng bayan habang majority, milyon ng ating mga kababayan ay naghihirap at nababaha dahil sa mga problema dito sa mga flood control projects na to.
And it's so funny because so my girlfriend's sister saw my video. She didn't finish it, she said, but I saw her today, okay? And she told me that she wasn't able to actually travel because of flooding, because it rains a lot in the Philippines, especially during the rainy season, which is why it's called the rainy season, and we are still in it, okay? So flood control is very, very important. So you should not be, stealing money from projects like this, okay?
Pag nangyayari lahat to, etong mga anak ng mga corrupt na contractor o mga politiko ay nagta-travel in their private jets kung saan-saan nagpupunta. Kaya naubos na ang pasensya ng ating mga netizens at dapat lang talaga i-shame natin itong mga tulad niya. Kasi tama na itong pag-iidolo natin sa mga mayayaman na tulad nito na galing naman sa maling paraan. At hindi ko nga alam kung naintindihan ba niya yung problema, kung alam ba niya kung gaano ka-corrupt ng kanyang mga magulang at mga kamag-anak. Pero tignan nga natin ngayon dito.
He's saying that she did not even know or realize how corrupt her parents and relatives are.
Kung gaano ba sila ka-corrupt. Unang-una, tingnan natin
he's gonna go in depth about the Ko family?
Family tree ni Claudine Ko. Si Claudine Ko ay anak ni Christopher.
Okay, so this is something that I did not do in yesterday's video, okay? So I had no idea what her family or relatives looked like. Okay, so we got Zaldi Ko, Christopher Ko, and Diday Ko.
Si Christopher Ko ay dating Ako Bicol Party List Representative. Siya din ay ang co-founder ng SunWest Incorporated at may-ari ng High Tone Construction and Development Corporation. Siya ang tatay ni Claudine Ko. Ang kapatid naman niya ay si Zaldico na may-ari ng SunWest Incorporated at siya din ay ang party list representative ngayon ng Ako Bicol Party List. At hindi lang yon, siya yung dating chair ng Committee on House Appropriations. It's a very powerful committee at itong committee na to ay ang nagtitingin at nagbubusisi sa lahat ng budget na ipapadala sa presidente na ipapa-approve na magiging GAA or General Appropriations Act. Tapos may kapatid silang babae na si Diday Ko na ngayon ay Vice Governor sa Albay. At ang kapatid ni Claudine Ko naman ay si Natasha Ko, na isa ring kongresista na nagre-represent sa BHW party list. At idagdag mo pa dito na ang boyfriend ni Claudine Ko ay si Lemuel Lubiano. Lemuel Lubiano is the brother of Lawrence Lubiano.
Who's
Lawrence
that?
Lubiano is the owner of Centerways Construction and Development Incorporated. Ngayon napansin niyo yung mga pangalan ng tatlong kumpanya.
So basically, they always keep it in the family. The business has to stay within the family.
Kumpanyang to. It sounds familiar, di ba? Dahil itong tatlong kumpanyang to ay parte ng top 15 DPWH contractors
Indeed.
na
We saw
sinita
that
ni
yesterday as
Marcos
well.
na nakakuha ng bilyon-bilyon sa ating gobyerno para sa mga flood control projects na karamihan ay iniimbestigahan na para sa mga korupsyon na nangyayari sa loob ng DPWH. At pag tinignan mo dito sa listahang to, nasa top 10 pa nga itong tatlong to with Centerways Construction and Development Incorporated at
Okay, so now we actually have the entire list, and he took it from the GMA website. So number 1 is Legacy Construction Corporation, and SunWest is 8, and Hightone is 9. Yes, we read about that yesterday, but we did not have the entire list.
Number 7, number 8, SunWest Inc. Number 9, Hightone Construction
Hightone
and Development
Construction.
Corporation. All three are related to Claudine Ko through her family and boyfriend. Ngayon, tignan nga muna natin itong Centerways Construction and Development Inc. At bakit parang familiar yung pangalan na yan. Dahil po, ito yung top campaign contributor ni Senate President Cheese Escudero. Ito po ay nagbigay kay Cheese Escudero ng 30 million pesos sa kanyang kampanya. At nung nanalo na si Cheese Escudero bilang senador at Senate President, anong nangyari? From 5 contracts na nakuha ng Centerways Construction Incorporated in 2021, lumobo siya to 43 flood control projects in 2022, tapos naging 32 in 2023, and another 5 so far in 2024. At ito pa, 96% of all their projects from 2021 to 2024 are in the Bicol region. At dun sa 54 projects na nasa Sorsogon, 36 are in the 1st District, Escudero's longtime political turf. Kaya hindi ko kayo mabibintang kung magdududa tayong lahat kung bakit nabigyan ng 30 million na campaign fund itong si Cheese Escudero kung itong taong to at yung kumpanya niya ay nakakuha ng over 5 billion pesos in flood control projects from 2021 to 2024. Tapos sasabihin ni Cheese, wala siyang kinalalaman dito. Pero karamihan ng mga proyekto ay napunta sa distrito ng kanyang pamilya. Kaduda-duda naman talaga yun, di ba? Ngayon tignan naman natin yung SunWest Construction and Development Corporation. Yung pagmamayari ni Zaldico at ng kapatid niyang si Christopher Ko. Ito, since 2016, tignan mo yung mga kontrata na nakuha nila sa DPWH.
1.697 billion pesos. Holy.
Nakuha ng SunWest is about 1.7 billion pesos. Sa susunod naman na taon, nakuha nila is 965 million pesos. Then in 2018, lumobo siya to 4.4 billion pesos. Tapos 2019, naging 3.79 billion. 2020, naging 1 billion.
Oh my God. So the peak is 2022. 10 billion pesos. How much is that in dollar?
2021, another 2.6 billion. Tapos in 2022, naging 10.4 billion pesos. And 2023, another 7.4 billion pesos. And another 5.7 billion pesos in 2024. Grabe. Zaldico owns...
Now we understand better why they can travel with private jets.
SunWest
Ay,
Construction and
nako.
Development Corporation. Tapos siya yung dating head ng Committee on Appropriations. Buti na nga tinanggal siya dun eh. Pero the fact that he even owns a company that has dealings with the government is already problematic. At idagdag mo pa dito na binanatan din siya ni Senator Joel Villanueva, who is also no saint, by the way, dahil siya yung pinakamalaking nakinabang doon sa ginawang budget insertion ni Cheese Escudero. Pero sinabi ni Senator Joel Villanueva na itong SunWest Corporation na to ay involved din pala sa Pharmaly scandal. At hindi lang yon, na-implicate din siya dito sa controversy na nangyari with the DepEd laptop scandal. Tapos what was interesting to me is this.
Yes, we read about that yesterday, but I wasn't sure what the scandal was about. So maybe Kristan will enlighten us a little bit about this.
Itong si Zaldico ay binabanatan din ngayon ni Sara Duterte. Pero pag tinignan mo yung mga transaksyon na ginagawa nitong si Zaldico, tulad ng scandal sa Pharmaly at saka sa DepEd scandal, kailan po nangyari ang mga issues na yan? Sa panahon po ni Duterte. Kaya siguro nagka-falling out tong dalawang to at nag-aaway na ngayon kaya nagbabatuhan na ng mga kung ano-ano silang dalawa. Kasi pag tinignan mo lahat to, grabe parang may connection silang lahat eh. Ngayon tignan naman natin tong High Tone Construction and Development Incorporated. Alam mo, I couldn't find much.
Okay, so it seems like he is trying to link it to political issues, right? But the video that I made yesterday was not about politics, really. It was just me trying to understand this whole controversy about Claudine Ko and her family.
Information on it, pero ang nakikita ko dito mukhang lumalabas, High Tone Construction and Development Corporation had 65 projects nationwide. And I don't have any more information regarding this. Pero isipin mo na lang, if SunWest was able to get over 23 billion pesos in 3 years, siguro dahil sunod lang ang high top sa SunWest, they probably got roughly about the same amount. So you're probably looking in the vicinity of about 10 to 20 billion. Easy. At alam mo, wala namang problema kung kumikita ang mga negosyo at mga negosyante. Ang problema kung kumikita sila sa maling paraan at kung saan pa talaga napupunta ang mga perang nabibigay ng gobyerno sa kanila. Kasi sa mga nakikita natin ngayon sa mga investigasyon, lumalabas na marami dito ay mga ghost projects o kaya mga incomplete.
So, what do they mean by ghost projects? So basically, these projects are being funded, but Filipino citizens are not seeing the results of these projects, right? They can't tell where their hard-earned tax money is going, where it's going, right? That's why it's being called a ghost project, I think.
Projects o mga
Incomplete
substandard projects. Kaya nga nagbabaha ang buong Pilipinas. At naririnig na nga natin ngayon sa mga iba't ibang mga investigasyon at hearing na lumalabas na mga 30 to 40% ang napupunta sa korupsyon. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a lot more than that. Kaya hindi ko masisisi yung mga netizens at ang mga kababayan natin sa galit nila sa mga nepo babies sa tulad ng si Claudine Ko, sa pagmamayabang nila sa dami.
But it's so irresponsible of Claudine Ko and perhaps other people from their family to be flaunting their wealth. How irresponsible is that if everything that the netizens are speculating is true, you know?
Kami ng pera nila na galing naman sa maling paraan. Kaya dapat talaga mahiya naman yung mga taong to. At hindi lang yon, sana natuto na rin tayong lahat na huwag tayong masyado umiidolo kasi dito sa mga mayayaman na to. Kung hindi naman natin...
Well, I've been saying this for a very long time, not to idolize anyone, because I have seen and received a lot of hateful comments from people that idolize other people, and they don't realize that they are idolizing people that are just like you and me. And in this specific example, of course, I'm talking about people that idolize artists like they are gods, okay? They are not gods. They are regular people that are as flawed as you and me, okay? So yeah, idolizing is never a good thing.
Alam kung saan galing yung pera nila. At saka dapat talaga sinishame na natin itong mga nagfa-flaunt ng wealth nila o nagyayabang sa pera na meron nila. At tulad nga ng sinabi ng convicted senator na si Jinggoy Estrada, kadiri talaga. Kaya marami mga ganitong influencers na pinagmamalaki nila yung lifestyle nila kasi marami sa inyo nagsusubscribe naman o nagfa-follow sa kanila at natutuwa sa mga pinapakita nila. Again,
I mean, it's okay, you know, to be proud of your lifestyle if you actually earned that money fair and square. You know, it's okay. And even then, you should probably not flaunt it, you know. I feel like that's just disrespectful.
wala namang masama kung pinapakita mo naman at natutuwa ka sa mga nabili mo
See,
o
yeah.
mga pinaghirapan mo, pero kung galing yan sa tamang
There you
paraan,
go.
pero kung hindi
Exactly what I just said.
galing sa tamang paraan, yun yung nakakahiya.
There you go.
At yun yung dapat shine-shame natin at iniiwasan na natin. At wag na nating nino-normalize itong pagtanggap na pag galing ka sa pamilya ng politiko, mayaman ka, o kaya kung contractor ka ng gobyerno, mayaman ka. At buti nga ngayon, naglalabasan na talaga ang baho ng lahat ng mga walang kwentang mga mayayaman na to na galing sa kurakot yung pera nila. At ngayon naman, magbabanggit din ako ng mga special mention ko ng mga iba't iba pang nangungurakot na nagmamayabang sa pera nila. Number 1 dito ay ang mga diskaya. Hindi ko makakalimut
Diskaya. Oh boy. Okay, he is dropping some names and apparently so the government and the current president of the Philippines is trying to do something about this.
niyang interview ni Diskaya na sinabi niya na yung yaman nila nag-umpisa nung nag-DPWH sila. Mismo siya na inamin niya kung saan galing yung yaman nila. Tapos pinagmalaki nila yung mga black and white na mga kotse na binibili nila na magkakaparis na milyon-milyon ang halaga. Tapos may mga over 40 yung mga sasakyan nila. Apparently nga hindi lang daw 40 yan eh. Parang lumalabas mga 100 ata yung kotse nila eh. Grabe, mas marami pa yung kotse niya kaysa sa mga t-shirt ko na puti. Sunod naman, kumakalat din ngayon yung pangalan ni Angelo.
That's such a good sentence. He has more cars than he has t-shirts. When you know the huge difference of, you know, of price between a car and just cloth, right? Wow.
Jella Alonte. Isa din siyang lifestyle influencer na anak ni Binyan City Mayor Angelo Jel Alonte at pamangkin siya nung Binyan representative na si Len Alonte. At idagdag mo pa dito yung Enciso sisters, si Vern at saka si Vernice Enciso, na kumakalat ngayon sa social media na anak pala ng isang high-level intelligence officer sa Bureau of Customs. Isa pang ahensya na punong-puno ng korupsyon. Sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam kung saan mas malala ang korupsyon, kung sa Customs o sa DPWH. Kasi sa Customs, hindi natin alam kung gaano karami talaga ang korupsyon na nangyayari doon kasi hindi natin nakikita kung magkano talaga yung tinatago nila na hindi pinapakita sa revenues ng ating gobyerno. Kaya pagkatapos ng issue dito sa flood control, kailangan din talaga ng ating gobyerno imbestigahan itong Customs.
So that's exactly what is happening right now. They are investigating this whole mess.
Ipusta ko sa inyo, kung maimbestigahan itong mga to, makikita natin na maraming pa tayong makukuhang revenue na nawawala sa gobyerno dahil sa mga pangungurakot ng mga customs officials. And last but not least, ito yung OG ng mga Nepo babies.
Oh
Hulaan
boy.
niyo kung sino to.
Oh boy.
Si Kitty Duterte. Yan, si Kitty yung OG natin sa mga Nepo babies dahil bago pa nakilala itong mga Claudine ko, sina Vernice,
So I suppose she's related to the Duterte family? Damn.
sina Diskaya, Kitty Duterte trended already on social media dahil sa pagmamalaki niya at pagmamayabang niya sa dami ng kanyang mga luxury bags at luxury clothing at luxury lifestyle.
The Duterte illusion, pretending to be poor while flaunting wealth. For someone from a simple family, Kitty Duterte, that's a funny name, sure knows her way around Milan, flying business class, draped in designer, and living the high life. Oh boy, I wonder if this is all true.
At dahil sa kanya, nabubuking tuloy yung tatay niya na nagmamalaki na simpleng tao lang daw siya at hindi daw sila mayaman. Kaya nagtataka talaga ako sa mga DDS na to kung naniniwala ba talaga sila na yung iniidolo nila ng mga Duterte ay hindi daw mayaman na simple.
I gotta say, that's something that I have noticed as well. You know, it's actually something that I saw in the past in videos that I reacted to about, you know, Duterte, the former president, where it seemed like Filipinos also loved Duterte because of how he portrays himself, right? Humble and lives a simple life, you know. I don't know if it's true or false, and honestly, it's not my position, you know, to actually give an opinion about this. I'm just saying what I saw. That's it.
Lang daw, Kitty Duterte is proof na mayaman itong mga Duterte na to. At sa pagkaalam ko at pagbasahin nyo yung mga kumakalat na mga balita sa Davao, lumalabas na open secret naman daw yung yaman ng mga Duterte. Alam naman nila na mayaman ng mga Duterte.
Do you guys think what Christian is saying about the Dutertes is true? That it's an open secret that the Dutertes are actually wealthy and not simple, you know, people?
Dahil sa kanilang pangungurakot. At ngayon, dahil din sa mga Nepo babies na to, sila ang lumalabas na resibo na kailangan natin para makita kung gaano katarantado itong mga pamilyang to na either nasa gobyerno o may kontrata sa gobyerno. At sinasabi ko sa inyo, itong mga binanggit ko ay konti pa lang yan sa dami ng mga nangungurakot na mga politiko, mga opisyal ng ating gobyerno at mga kontraktor na may mga proyekto sa ating gobyerno. Ang dami po nila. At sana talaga lumabas na ang pangalan ng lahat ng mga to. At dapat talaga may makulong sa kanila kasi yung mga ginagawa nilang kaloko.
Wow! Christian is going all in! Well, I mean, he has the right to, right? The man is Pinoy, so he is being honest and telling you guys exactly what he thinks. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that it's courageous to do so.
Ay ang rason kung bakit naghihirap ang karamihan ng ating taong bayan. Kaya dapat magsama-sama tayong lahat kahit anong political colors nyo. Kung sinusuportahan nyo si BBM, si Duterte o kaya kakamping kayo, pag may nangungurakot, let's all call them out. Dahil lahat po yan, magkakasabot yan.
Well, that's the thing. Now we live in a world where we can actually speak up and say what we think, you know, either out loud or on social media. You know, social media is a very powerful tool. You know, even a regular person can sound extremely loud on social media. So I don't think that people should be afraid to speak their mind as long as they are being respectful.
At wala tayong dapat sinasanto. Kayo, ano sa tingin nyo? Meron pa ba kayong mga kilalang mga anak ng politiko o mga politiko na corrupt? Isulat nyo yan lahat sa comment section sa ibaba. At tingin ba nyo may makukulong dito sa mga corrupt na to? O kaya window dressing lang to at wala namang mangyayari?
Window dressing! Hey!
I'd love to hear all your opinions kahit nagdi-disagree kayo sa akin. At
yeah, I'd love to know your opinion as well in the comment section below. Do you think that these people will end up, are they gonna be caught? Is this ongoing investigation, gonna shed some light on these families? Is this ongoing investigation gonna confirm what the netizens are saying about these contractors? You know, tell me everything in the comments as well.
Pag nagugustuhan niyo yung mga ganitong klaseng content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Makakatulong talaga yun sa algorithm para mas marami pa sa ating mga kababayan na makakakita ng mga ganitong klaseng video. Salamat sa inyo lahat. Ito si Christian. Magkita tayo muli.
Actually, what helps the channel with the algorithm is not the subscribers, it's more the likes. So like this video, please. There you go. I do appreciate it. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Again, it is your turn to tell me everything in the comment section below. I hope that you enjoyed my take on the matter. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And of course, if you found value in this video, do not hesitate to check out my other reaction videos right here.